Hey folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT and the D Show. Tough guy, ho!
Welcome back. Thank you once again for hanging out with us. This is the one and only IT and the D Show. We're broadcasting here from the Detroit Podcasting Company here at the Detroit Shipping Company here in Detroit, Michigan. I am Bob Waltenspiel, alongside producer, co-host extraordinaire Randy Walker. Guest this week, Jeff Dwoskin, the CEO of Stampede Social, podcaster, stand-up comic, baker.
I'm not recently, but
all
the things.
Trying to figure out what you don't do. But we're going to be diving into the wonderful world of how to handle social media these days. It's a little bit different. We can't say agentic, and that's okay. But you can find us online at itandthed.com. Do us a favor, give us a like on the socials, subscribe to us everywhere fine podcasts are sold.
So last night will have been the Ann Arbor meetup.
Holmes Brewery.
But if you're listening to this now, you will have missed it.
Just go on meetup.com/itandthed. The calendar's updated.
I'm just trying to do the thing where we're recording before it happens, but the episode drops after it happens. And then 19th, we'll be back here for the Detroit side at Detroit Shipping Company.
I'm tired of it being cold, Randall.
I am so tired of the cold.
You know what I wore yesterday? A red and I didn't even know I owned this. I must have bought it a couple winters ago and just forgot about it. Like a Brawny Man Carhartt and like
Nice.
the orange Carhartt hat.
Yeah.
And like I have these duck boots, the John Deere. I'm like anyone that's known me, I've never had boots, hat, gloves. I've worn whatever I
don't know how, but I've made it through this winter without gloves.
I haven't put on gloves.
I hate it. I'm ready for it to be over.
I'm done with all of it. Jeff, how you doing? How they treating you? Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
They don't even shovel the walkway in front of our studio here at the Shipco. You gotta love them.
No, it was. I got a good parking spot, so I was excited. I was wearing gloves, not to glove shame you guys, but like
now, as long as I think the line is earmuffs. Like as a grown man, like umbrella in the summer. Like if you're a grown man and you're like, I can understand if you have a suit on. But if you just have like, a t-shirt and shorts and you got an umbrella, we're like, bro, you're bald. Like, what are you doing?
Are you talking about to block the sun or the rain?
No, I don't. If you block the sun, that's fine. If you're like Powder and you.
Oh, powdered snow?
No, Powder the movie.
Oh,
Reference. Sorry, the sun's a monster. No, but like if you have grown man with earmuffs, I draw the line. I don't even care if it's the behind the head ones. Like unless you're skiing, like no.
I think scarves are underplayed. I mean, I think a good scarf is good.
I have soccer scarves. I have probably like 15 soccer scarves at this point in my life.
Yeah, people that I don't usually think of scarves, but I think a scarf is really kind of a good go-to.
I think I have 6 DCFC ones. I think my favorite one is a Wiggly's corned beef soccer scarf, which makes no sense. I think I was at Nancy Whiskey, and they were handing them out, and I go, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I usually lose stuff like that, and I still own it. It's been like, that was the time when Elle Brooks and Chef Bobby were recording. Like this was 10 years ago at the Shipco or at Nancy Whiskey.
Okay.
So
you bring up an interesting point because I was just thinking of it as you were saying it. It was, I have scarves, but I do not remember ever buying a scarf. Like
either handed or they're
somehow they come from somewhere, like novelty.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
When I went to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day, I had to bring all of like the Detroit ones that I had, like every day. And like I had a made in Detroit, the green one with the, so I was representing, but then I had my German soccer jacket. So I was like, I got the sideways looks.
There you go.
It's all right. You got to represent. So talk to me about I got to dive right in. Social media today, Randy and I was just for this show, all the different channels, all the different engagements, all the different times people will hit you up on all the, you got to go on YouTube and then you might get a message here. You got to put your stuff on TikTok, which we don't do. Instagram, like I forget to put up pictures from our events in the podcast. It's literally a full-time job. That's why they hire people like you. But like, how does anyone supposed to make sense of all this?
It's hard. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It really is. And they keep changing everything on every one of the platforms so often that it becomes so frustrating. I try to just when it comes to like videos and stuff, like the same video can go on TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is where I think is a good focus area. TikTok seems to be in a weird flux right now after it was sold to the US. But
what happened or what's the
they were going to ban it because it was China.
Right. I remember that.
China-based company, and apparently recently they did a transaction in the US. It may have been Oracle that bought it, and then they rolled this whole new terms of service, and everyone just started bailing, and everyone's views started going down. And so it's.
I know everyone talked about, like, I haven't heard it mentioned in a long time, like the algorithm. Like I remember it was for manipulating Google for search results, and they go, they changed their algorithm. And then you look at like Instagram, how do you, like, the people will cook inside and eat in their car because apparently that hits the algorithm. I'm like, in like podcasts, it has to have the weird fake fern behind you in the studio with like the chair and like that studio set, like nothing else seems to get through. Like, is there truth to that, or is it just because
you're buying us ferns?
No, I'm not buying fake ferns. And no, maybe I'll cut some flowers outside and bring
if it is true, it may not be true tomorrow. It's interesting. Like, I was talking to somebody about YouTube and specific long form video on YouTube, and specifically the title and the thumbnail, like how important those are, like very specifically. And it's hard. It's like it could be the difference between like 100 views and thousands of views or hundreds of thousands of views. And
so what's the title? Because like YouTube is a channel for me. I watch like half an hour a day, and I flip through little, if it's more than 8 minutes, I think that's my line. If it's 15, I fast forward to like the bubble part where most viewed, you know what I mean? Most of it's car accidents and police chases that I watch. But I mean,
do you watch YouTube at 1 speed?
No. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, see, I'm at 2 speed.
Oh,
on my phone I do, but it does not work at all on the TV. The audio,
the TV maybe it doesn't.
It gets out of sync and lags behind. It's horrible.
Oh, I fast
it has
forward.
this setting, but it doesn't work. It's
podcasts too. I'm 2 speed. My daughter taught me that. That's
least.
how they got through high school. They would like just crank through all the videos and stuff. I can knock out 2 hours of IT in the D in 1 hour.
But see, now you can, if you have an hour long, if you need to know things from it, dump it into Google LM, and then gives you a study guide. So like there's things like my kids that have lectures. I go, dump that 2 hour thing. And then, you can create a 1-page summary and then another 2-page, study guide. So like, listening to it for 2 hours and taking notes is gone.
I started doing that with, we had blogs on the website. And so I would take the blog, feed it into Notebook LM. It makes a podcast.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like 2 people talking over each other. It's like for version 1, it was so good. Like, and so I was
shocked. I did the same thing with one of our old blogs. Shocked how good it was.
So, and then I went on Spotify, just created a free account, went on like ChatGPT, made a art for it, just called it like the social media lab or something like that, and then just started throwing them up there. And I'm a little behind now, but then I would put them in the blog. So instead of like, a summary, I would just say, or you can listen to it.
Right.
And then I started getting emails. Hey, we'd love to put Bob on the show. And I'm like, it's AI. And it's not like it's a secret. I mean, it's anybody who uses it, it's the same 2 voices.
Yeah.
It's like these 2 people. That means AI right there. Boom. But yeah.
But it's clean though. That's like, it's shocking.
Shocking. Yeah.
And that was with the joke. It's AI. There's what can I say this on the All Indians? Like they joke that like it's just people in a call center in Pakistan. Like that dude. Like that was the old machine learning jokes. But I'm like, no, it's actually it's AI.
Yeah.
For a while it was Amazon's Mechanical Turk.
Right. Oh yeah.
It was actually people doing all the processing.
Right. We joked about it, but then we found out that's true.
Yeah.
And then,
well, that's what the name was a reference to.
Was it for, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Can we go back to something you talked about a little bit ago?
Yeah.
You said you were watching like police chases and car crashes and stuff on YouTube. YouTube for me is still educational. I go to YouTube to learn something or to learn about something. I watch product reviews, cooking videos, tech reviews. I don't go to YouTube for entertainment purposes yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't want to learn anything. No, I only watch it like at night.
Yeah.
So that's like my dumb time, and the TV.
Same. Yeah.
It's 300 channels.
But if I'm entertainment, I'll turn on reruns or I'll scroll through TikTok or scroll through Instagram. But YouTube just hasn't crossed that entertainment threshold yet. For me.
Randy, you haven't watched Alabama Pit Maneuvers?
I don't even know what that is.
I know it sounds like a sex position. It's like in Michigan, you can't pit as a cop and if you're over 55 miles an hour because it'll, in Alabama, there's no rules. So like guys going 140 miles an hour in Challengers, they have like a fatality a month in the state, and they're all like the dash cam of these. Like, yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, just not the kind of thing I associate with YouTube. Maybe because
I watch a lot of stand-up comedy.
Okay, I get a lot of that on TikTok.
Well, that's where when I think when people talk about the algorithm now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So that's what YouTube is to you.
Yeah.
And Bob, that's what
there's other stuff that
I get
is on
like,
YouTube. I just
I watch like a few Claude Code videos, and now that's 90% of what I get. I watch John Campea, so occasionally I'll get like whatever the new entertainment news is, or like the new trailers that come out.
Algorithms are still not like you'll watch a video once and like, oh, you watch this one recipe, let's send you 18 videos of the same recipe.
That's what TikTok is.
It's like advertisements, like, hey, you just bought a mattress. Do you want to see a bunch of ads for mattresses?
Yeah.
Like they haven't learned that just because I watched or did one thing, that's not all I want.
Do you watch a lot of, so I watch a lot on Prime, and the commercials are great now because you can buy it right away from your TV.
Oh, I haven't watched
anything.
And
I knew that's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Like I think when they first started, like, we're going to do video. Everybody's like, that's stupid. You get it free with Prime. And now every ad is like, Downey, hit your OK button to add to your shopping cart. You're like, gee, that's, yeah.
Wait until they just put hotspots in the actual show. Oh, you like that chair in the background of this set? Click to buy that chair.
You can do that with, can't you do that with Google Lens?
Probably. Not as instantaneously.
Like if I Google like your shirt on Lens and hit shopping.
Yeah.
I think I can like.
Oh, remember way back in like, what, 2015, 2016, we had the Clicktivated guys on? That was their product is they'd put hotspots in videos and you could shop from it.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I must have drank a lot. Go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I had no idea that was a thing. And I don't like you look at it like I missed the Slim Jim button. Like that was
the dash buttons.
Yes. Is that still a thing? Do you know? Remember that?
No, they
like where you put the things. And
we want for like I need more laundry detergent. You put it on the side. But there was one for a Slim Jims, and so we wanted one in the podcast studio, and just so we could hit the button and just like get it delivered.
I think you just use it Echo now. You just
is that what it is?
Tell the A lady what you want, and she'll buy it for you. You don't have to have a dedicated button.
No, I'm all Google in the house, so I don't.
Google.
Yeah.
TikTok's the same way as for my algorithm on TikTok. It's all people getting eaten by great white sharks stories and caving disasters. Like people go into caves, not like big caves.
Yeah.
And like they'll crawl in like 10-inch spots and then are surprised when they go down and can't get back up. And then like if they don't die, it takes them like 15 hours to like remove them from these caves.
Oh God.
It's like, I'm like,
without eating their arm off.
I don't even think they could have eat their arm off.
I got into scary like trail videos of like those, not Slendermen. What are the hell they called? The shape walkers or something. I trust me. I go down these weird and I'll go, oh, and then an hour later, I'm still watching this. Like I'm on like the 8th video. Like, anyway, going back. So I'm a brand and I can't make sense of any of this stuff. Going back to the algorithm, going back to, I want to do it. I want engagement. And I feel like the ones that do it well are far and few in between. Meaning like, to monitor Twitter, to answer, to monitor your reviews on Google if you're a restaurant or a shop, then getting, like I told Randy, like I got DMs for the studio. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I get so many emails about people wanting to buy the studio or buy shares of the studio or invest in the studio. I was like, no, you don't.
You get it? Oh.
Yeah. Because my email address is in the RSS feed.
Oh. My latest one is they will do AI listens of the show, The show you had with Jeff Dwoskin was amazing when you discussed AI and social media. I would like to invite Dr. Harry, Dover on his show, who would like to talk, and it's like these PR firms basically just scrape.
Yeah, it makes me mad when I don't mind if it's a legit pitch, but like when they're like, oh, Jeff, you got to have Bob. He's the #1 real estate broker in Florida. I'm like, if you not listen, and then when I get mad is because it means someone paid them to spend their time talking to me, and like I have nothing to do.
Oh, I love when they actually listen. Like someone that says, "Hey, saw your TEDx talk. That one part was cool," and it like even if you got an AI summary and you wrote it in your own words, like I'm ecstatic that you at least wrote it. Just don't cut and paste like from AI.
It's the worst. I had someone reach out to me once. We love your podcast. Love it. How did you get this guy on your podcast? We want to talk to him. How did you get him on? And I'm like, you didn't listen to my podcast. And like, how do you know? Like, because the first 2 minutes of the conversation was how I got him on the podcast.
Yeah.
It was a mutual friend that introduced us. So I know you didn't listen. It's like nobody takes the time to do anything anymore. It's it's frustrating.
So I just want to apologize. Apparently I'm hallucinating. We did not have the Collectivated people on this show.
See, I know I wasn't drunk then.
I met them in a pitch event. I could swear I talked to you guys about having them on the show or something.
I probably said yes and it didn't happen.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's all good.
I remember.
Are they still around? We should. Let's get them on the show.
It's funny. I remember in the beginning when he started, it was the social engineered lines at the bathroom in the stadium. And it was before the technology caught up to it. And now he's like a mega global phenom because like now you can, phones and traffic and, you don't have to have Jim go, there's 6 people in line to pee at Comerica Park at gate 42. You're like, okay, what about now? You know what I mean? I'm not peeing because there's a line. You know what I mean? Like, but now I'm looking at it going, oh yeah, technology caught up.
Well, but you could
like
stay in your seat until the line is dead instead of waiting at the door.
Gotta pee.
Is there an app that tells you how long the pee time is?
I don't know I think it evolved past pee time because I think that was the initial like, hey,
you can get a big boy in under 5 minutes.
Yeah. I think now it's more like it's evolved into like anywhere there's human traffic.
Yeah, like the Google thing that
watch
tells
my
you
language on that. There's anywhere there's people in lines. They're better phrasing.
Yeah, like Google says busier than normal or busy now or your gym check-in says there's a crowd or not or whatever. Yeah,
it's like a Disney World. We're like, there's only.
Did you hear about the guy in Boston? By the way, he bought like 1,000 burners, and he would just like walk around the sidewalks in like Boston. And like, so then he like basically clogged up all the traffic on Google. There's just nothing but red. And he's just walking with a wheelbarrow with a, whatever cart wagon full of
phones.
Burner phones.
Yeah, that guy's amazing. Got a lot of time.
I was going to time and money, right? A lot of 10 grand
plus
of burner phones.
Separate accounts for each. Like that's a lot of effort. And
man, he could have been just bullshit. And I bought it. I'm like, ooh, I'm like Homer watching that stuff. Like, oh, it's real. But again, though, like going back to brand engagement, like if you're like a major like a Shinola or like a Carhartt, that's like your lifeblood. Now you probably have a team, but if you're let's say you're Detroit Shipping, you might have like one person or half a person. Let's say you're Royale with cheese, you don't have anybody. You know what I mean? You're trying to keep the lights on. Like just for somebody, even like somebody like that, like let's say someone I don't have budget for like. Maybe they have a little bit of budget to hire someone like you, but just like, how do they even start? Because I'm seeing now these places like, is it Sammy, Sammy, like these like those sandwich
12 a mound and
like 15 a mound, like the shawarma and the gas station. And like everyone goes, it's a viral spot. I'm like, well, what the hell did he do? He just said, and the guys from like D Motown Deli, we got the best meats. We got the most flavorful. They're fantastic.
I want to get one of them.
Is it just consistency? Is it just, I ate a pastrami? Don't get the corned beef's fine, but the corned beef you can get, the pastrami was the game changer.
The same as Katz's Deli in New York. Their pastrami is insane.
Yeah.
So do they start off like hiring somebody for social?
No, like how did they get to the point where like, wow, I see all your stuff? Like, 'cause I think, are they just being consistent? like,
I think
because everybody, if you put it on, they're like, oh, it looks good.
it is consistent. Their videos are pretty good. I mean, the deli
I
ones.
don't want to say they're good; they're consistent.
Well,
The food
right,
looks-
but
the food looks
the
great.
food looks good. I
Yeah,
like it makes me want to eat it.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it's consistency, and depending on the size of your team, and this is how I do it for myself for like my podcast.
Right.
It's just I know, okay, I know this is the type of thing I do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Then I do a different thing on Tuesday, a different thing on Thursday. So I have like templates for it. And then when I go to set it up, I just crank through those templates and I put everything in. So I know I'm doing the same thing. I'm not trying to make up 5 new things every week.
Right.
Type thing. And then that makes it real consistent. Then I can just schedule it. I use like a Metrocool and I just schedule everything to go out. And that's it. And same thing,
Is it Metrocool?
Metrocool.
Okay.
It's like a Hootsuite. It's
Oh,
just,
all right.
One of these schedulers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah. So I don't do it. YouTube. I post stuff on YouTube myself. Like I'll upload it to YouTube direct.
Right.
And then with the shorts, I use Opus Clips like you do.
Yep.
And when you have a Opus Clip, that can be a reel, TikTok, and a YouTube short. YouTube shorts are awesome. Like if you want good views, YouTube shorts are really, really solid.
The thing that bugs me about repurposing videos is people who post Facebook videos to the other platforms, where Facebook is you post like a 5-second video and put like 18 paragraphs of text in the caption. Whereas like TikTok or Instagram Reels, like the content should be in the video and not the caption. And so like they just don't know the specifics of what works on the platform and what doesn't. And they try to use what they know about Facebook on other platforms, or they try to use a TikTok video on Facebook. And it might meet the technical requirements, but it doesn't meet the audience requirements of the audience expectations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't post on Facebook, so I mean, I'll do like just throwaway stuff.
I've started calling out people on TikTok, like, keep that Facebook crap over there. Here, we put the content in the video and not in the caption. Like, if you got a recipe or something, sure, put it in the caption.
Don't Facebook my TikTok. Did you just go? Did you
I need to start. I need to start.
You know
doing
what
that.
I just got off TikTok? And it's the greatest thing in the world, is one of those egg steamers. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, it's like, type in egg steamer. It's like a little thing like this big. You put 6 eggs in and like a little bit of water. You hit a button, and then like 10 minutes later, you have hard-boiled eggs.
Wow.
It's amazing.
See, if they could make, I don't know if you've ever been to Germany, they do these mid-boiled, like, so they're stand-up like hard-boiled, but it's like soft-boiled, almost if you'd like the
Oh, you
perfect
can
Scotch
do that
egg.
too. You can do that too.
Can you do that too? Oh my
Yeah.
God, if they have that, I'm buying one tomorrow.
It's the same thing. It just
I love
depends
those,
on how much
but
water.
Cut it.
Yeah, my
cut the
grandma ate
top
those all
off,
the time
little
when I was
salt.
little. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh,
Little
I'm-
toast soldiers.
Bob,
to
I'm
dip
gonna
in the
I'm gonna blow your mind here. I bought little egg cups.
Oh yeah,
So
you gotta
I
serve them in
So
it.
I could put them in, I could put it in the egg cup, and then it has this thing where you slam it into it in like the shell, and then it breaks off the top of the shell, and then you eat it just like you described.
Yeah.
Just changed my breakfast now.
Yeah, so you can do soft, like what is it? Like medium,
Yeah,
soft, and hard boiled.
So that's why I always like when I order a Scotch egg, like if you can get a medium boil, you're my best friend forever.
Oh yeah, you can be doing this all day.
That's the thing I don't get, like the TikTok like purchase thing. Like I stayed away from TikTok. I'm not, and it wasn't any reason. I have enough, right? And then finding out and then you talk about like Gary Vee all the time is like the future $1 trillion industry is going to be like live shopping, like just some person like going T-shirt, shorts,
Yeah.
Is that hit the States yet? Is that even a thing? Because
Yeah, we work with a company called Extremely, and they do a lot of live shopping, and then we automate the DMs for them, so you can comment during a live stream on Instagram and get a DM with a link to the product.
So all right, let's go automate DMs, because that sounds agentic, and I know we're not allowed to say that on the show. Like, is it looking for anything in specific, or is it just an automatic reply, or is there a science to it, or
It's a response to a campaign keyword. So you set up a keyword, red shirt or egg steamer, and then when it pattern matches that, it will send the DM. Meta treats that as an opt-in when you do the keyword, and then that's how you're then allowed to send the DM automatically into the person.
So I saw on I've never seen it before. Randy, you probably did. I don't look for it. Meta certified. I saw on your website, and I'm like, I never saw that before. What the hell is that? It's like, do you have to go through like a certification process or a checklist to like?
Yeah, Meta approved. But yeah, when you build these type of apps specifically for Meta, like when we used to do Twitter apps, which we don't have anymore because they jacked up the API. APIs used to be free on Twitter, and then they're like 40,000 a month. So,
God!
So it's goodbye Twitter, but or X, sorry. But those were just, you did whatever, and they just let you do whatever. Once you had the ability to do it, you could make anything you want. That's with Meta. They put you through a very strict process, like giving you, because they give you the keys to a lot of the kingdom. And so you have to really prove to them how you handle the data, what you're doing with them, and they'll audit you periodically as well.
So Randy brought up a good point earlier. I want to dive into that. Is how like putting stuff into Opus, it all comes out the same, right? And like Facebook, you need to do it different. Like everything, I feel like you need to do it different, because I think the one time we put stuff out and like it looked weird on one platform, I forget. But like, is that like you have to like how to optimize to write these things for each platform? Or is there anything like a best practice tip, or is there like a way to do it where you're sitting in the car eating the pizza versus at the restaurant because nobody cares? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'm not great at this, but like, you know, the people that are really good at it, it's about like that initial hook. I think because I'm older,
yeah,
I have more patience. So it's like, and that wasn't a thing for us, right? 2-minute commercials were normal, and then they went down to 30 seconds, and then they're like 6 seconds,
right?
You know,
right.
So, you know, then Vine, right, like way back, you know, and so it's like now it's about catching it. So like when you talk about the fern, it may not be that it's literally a fern, but it might be that breaks, you know, that breaks through the attention of two people sitting there.
Well, they must be serious. They have a fern.
Yeah. Well, it may just catch their eye, right?
Sure.
And so, you know, so it's not normal. Or
you have a little over 16 minutes to buy the Ugreen 20-watt charger for $8 on the Ugreen official live shopping channel on TikTok.
There you go.
And if you buy a Nash, you get a free 45-watt charger.
Didn't they used to do this on cable? Like
this is like QVC, like that
CVS or QVC or whatever the hell.
QVC or HSN.
Yeah,
it's basically like that now. Just live streams.
But why is that? That's not new.
It's the company though, not in between broker. It's not QVC or the shopping channel. It's directly from the manufacturer.
Right, and they probably, if they're delivering links, they're probably affiliate links, so they're probably making tons of money off of whatever, or giving codes to use.
Right.
So that ties back to them. So these people, some of these folks make a lot of money doing that kind of stuff. So
I think I missed the thing on the food reviews too. I always tell everyone about it, and they're like, "You should do reviews, like the way you talk about sandwiches." And I'm like,
Well, there's this kid, Davis, and he started reviewing his school lunches.
Okay,
and like his account blew up, like from 0 to like hundreds of thousands of followers. Now he's like, you know, he'd be like, "Oh, here's the quesadilla," and okay, I give it a 6 out of 10. And it was like a 60-second thing. It was just this kid in the school cafeteria, and now he's doing like Chipotle stuff and like outside. You know, he's starting to expand. But
why do you care about some kid's high school lunch? Like,
there's something just
there's like
some things are like some people
there's a
just have this
audience,
where it's just.
I think if, like, I don't know if you're from out of the country and you're like, what are they eating in the States? Like,
but like you said, a restaurant or something, there's a possibility of you going there and eating the food, trying the food. But you're not going to Davis's high school cafeteria to eat that quesadilla.
I got down to Wormhole once. Like, I ate at the worst restaurant in Tallahassee, you know, and I would sit and watch it. I'm like, that place don't look too bad. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So it's kind of like, you know, I got on, like, we used to do a podcast a long time ago called Worst Meatball Sandwich Ever, where we read 1-star Yelp reviews at places we liked and just like crapped on the people leaving crappy reviews. The best place was, there was a vegan place down in Detroit at the absolute gold of reviews. But I'm like, that, you know, not saying we should have ever done a YouTube channel. I'm, you know, that world passed us by. I mean, it's not saying we can't go back to it, but, you know, anyway, like, So walk me through like on a business, like you're working with a client, you're working with a company. Like how do you check every box? Like what are you going through in terms of like where do you need to be? Is it all like depending on what they want to spend? Because I know like bought stuff changes everything, but just the basics. So just getting started, like what's kind of the blueprint?
Well, with Stampede Social, what we're really doing is it's a platform. So when we work with a brand or a creator or influencer, it's more just either they self-onboard or we onboard them and then they use that. With brands, it may be a little more hands-on in that they then will use the platform to extend the subscription to other influencers so they can manage campaigns across 10 or 100 or 1,000 folks. And kind of the idea there is that the data is aggregating down so you can see how things are happening in real time. So it's sort of a way to capture and harness the data that comes from social media in a really unique way so that you can see exactly how something's happening when it's happening. Because the normal situation, if you're managing, so let's say 100 influencers for campaigns or multiple campaigns, it's 100 people with 100 sets of data that you have to get.
Right.
Right. So the way we set up the one use of our platform is we call it an agency model because I don't have a better name, but like
it's fair,
but it's fine. And so they standardize on Stampede Social, do the DM automations or the post level giveaways, or they can track fan content, and then all the data is there and then just feeds into the dashboard. So the agency can easily manage this without, going crazy and spending massive amounts of time trying to hunt down 100 and bag 100 people for information so they can report to their boss who doesn't care that they have to hunt down, data from 1 million people. So in that sense, it sort of just helps everyone. It helps the creators be successful because it's delivering links specifically on Instagram and Facebook, which are in some cases more difficult to do. And then it helps the agency because then they can, manage it. See, Bob's driving 40% of the traffic. Randy's not.
Right.
So, and you can
make
make
60.
Yeah. And you can make changes, much more on the fly. It's sort of like A/B testing real time. So
I just thought of something really stupid. Why doesn't every restaurant just do what the ones that are doing it are doing? Did I phrase that right?
I understand what you mean, but
there's
you
like
phrased it horribly.
Which part do you
let me work with me, Randy. No, there's like 2,000 restaurants in this town, and you have you could probably count on 2 hands, maybe, like the ones that are like, oh wow, make it, and then have the face after you take a bite and it's so good and come on down. Like, is it just that they're just not doing it? Like, I'm just thinking but then you flood it and then nothing's, then there's just noise at that point. You know what I mean? Like, how did the next restaurant that's saying, maybe we should start doing this, and like, how do they break through? Is it do you have anything for them that to like? I know you're laughing at me for asking the stupidest question I think I've asked in 10 years. Do you follow where I'm going with all this, or am I just a complete loon?
I think I think every restaurant has to be the best, or anybody has to be the best at the expectation that someone has for that restaurant. Like if you walk into McDonald's, your expectations are much different than if you walk into the Whitney or something like that. But if you get a really exceptional thing at McDonald's, which is just a little above the bar, you're going to be like, this is a great McDonald's.
Right.
Right.
But even as a McDonald's owner, though, just to say, or let's not go McDonald's. Let's go across the street, like Old Miami. And they have the best beer and shot special in town. And and they do some dick jokes with the bartender or whatever, whatever they might do. Or like, what's a way to set them? Because I see dive bar reviews all the time. They're fantastic. You know what I mean? But I feel like if they work so well, why isn't everybody doing it? And then if they are doing it, like, how do you break through?
You mean like social media type posts?
Just anything.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Well, some people don't want to do it. Some people don't have some people have, it's just like anything. Like, why didn't everyone set up the Detroit podcast company? It's just because it's like, you guys knew how to do it. There's a certain thing that comes together and then you do it. Like when it comes to social media, it's like, it's kind of like the old Nora Ephron joke. Everyone thinks they're funny or whatever, right? So it's like everyone has their own level of what they're capable of. So sometimes it's just not as as widespread as others.
That's right. No, I saw I was watching today. It was he ate Travis versus Sonny's, and it was awful. And it was like 17 minutes. It's way too much investment. I think as soon as I stopped, as soon as he got the food, and you just watched him chewing with his mouth open, from an underneath camera, and it was all right, I'm done. I'm out. I checked out. But this guy has a couple 100,000 subscribers. And I'm what is you know what I mean? And what did the guys? Okay, perfect example. What's the guy's names from England that were here for 3 weeks?
Oh, Josh and Jace. Yeah.
They had the Ford Field invites them, puts their name on the boards. All they're doing is going around eating pasties and coney dogs. And I'm they struck some nerve. They weren't famous before, not even internet famous. And I'm that thing caught wind and everyone talked about it. Everybody's oh, did you hear about so-and-so stopped at?
Well, it's so rare that something catches wind though, right? I mean, how many, you think about the amount of stuff that goes out, if you can think of classic commercials, Where's the Beef, or things that become national phenomenons, it's it doesn't happen that often. And
it's weird and you can't pinpoint why, and they're dumb.
Yeah, it's 6, 7, whatever that thing is.
Don't.
I'm just saying, but
I got kids, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's there's certain things that just suddenly catch on and they're there and then they disappear.
They're all CIA psyops.
There's a kind of a hype train
I believe that.
Hype train for them too, because they started in Grand Rapids and then moved around the state.
Yeah,
so you could tell roughly where.
But how did you even know what was going on? I don't know.
If
they seemed endearing, they seemed nice guys. And I think there's a little part of it too, hey, I'd never had a coney dog before, and you're ooh, I've had 13 million, and you're ooh, he likes it too, so do I, and you're this familiarity. I don't know. The whole eating in the car thing drives me absolutely bananas.
I don't. It must be because it's easy for the cameras or something, and then they can just do it wherever.
I don't know, because Portnoy does it in front of the place.
And well, Portnoy's got huge budget.
But he also, he does it on a phone. He doesn't even.
No, but I mean, he can afford,
because the car blocks out a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And then restaurants don't want you filming inside sometimes, private.
But then, somebody started doing it. Now everybody's doing it because it's trendy.
Yeah.
Portnoy, I don't mind. It's just sometimes I like his thing, and I've have his app. I've gone to places.
I hate arbitrary scales.
I have too.
Yeah.
What's the difference between an 8.7 and an 8.8?
See, that's why
I don't.
Well, no, I'm sure there isn't. I mean, he's just arbitrarily kind of doing it.
You've seen me how I rank food. It's okay, in the gas station sandwich category, this one's better than that one. I don't even, again, what's my rating versus, I always thought ratings were dumb.
But yeah, I come across this random video and they get, oh, this sandwich is a 9.3. Okay. What's your scale? What are your criteria?
Well, see, that's why, not to get into Portnoy, but he doesn't like Detroit style. He doesn't it only can be one style that he likes. And I'm if you're a pizza guy, if you're a fat guy like me that eats pizza, they're all my children. You know what I mean? I tend to not discriminate. And sometimes a DiGiorno's is fantastic.
I love.
Actually, they're not. I just.
Style. But I think what the rating of an individual, like a Portnoy, right? So if you like his taste,
yeah,
then you're okay, if he gives something a 4, you're most likely not. If you agree that his 10s are 10s, you know what I mean?
See,
if you can jive with someone's
Mr.
ranking.
Chowdown. Is it Mr. Chowdown? Chow Time?
Chowdown Detroit? Oh,
yeah.
Chow Time? Which
and
one?
then they're Mark Wiens, when they take a bite, then they go, I'm oh, what does that mean? They never take a bite and just go, this is the, and of course me, every time I take it, this is the best damn sandwich I ever had in my life. That's me for 1,500 sandwich places.
I can't watch people where, one, there was a seafood boil. There was a rush of seafood boils. And for some reason, all these folks slurp when they eat and it's oh, I can't. It's
you gotta get the juice out.
I know, it's so, you don't need.
Turn the mic off. Yeah.
It's just gross. Yeah. It's just, it's not appealing to me.
Right.
I mean, at all.
It's the guy eating with the mouth open.
Yeah. Or the food comes out a little bit. Right. It's there's an art to eating on camera. So it doesn't look
and nobody does it properly and it's awful.
Yeah.
Little bite, chew quickly, talk when your mouth is empty. People shaking their head when it's good for some reason.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. That's a negative
but there's
response
with
a positive
people,
statement.
I mean, there's people that make their living doing this. When I worked at Little Caesars and we'd roll out a new like a limited time off or something, they go right away, which is the worst time to go because they're still learning how to make it.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, it maybe.
But if you wait too long, you miss it. So.
Right, exactly. So, but and so it was, always interesting to see like our things get rated from these random folks. And some of those folks, they have huge followings.
Randy, I think we're going to do it worst meatball sandwich ever. We're going to get every subcategory and we're going to look for the lowest rating in town. And we're going to start doing it.
Fair.
And then I'm going to get to editing it. And I'm like, yeah, we're done. I'm not doing it now. I got to get into stand-up comedy. It's something that, not that I've always aspired to do it. I always was enamored by it since I was a child, since my, I could listen to George Carlin and Richard Pryor. And my issue was, and everybody said, well, you're funny, you should do stand-up. And I go, I'm situationally comical. The problem is I've listened to so much stand-up comedy in my days, going back to the MTV half-hour comedy hour, and I wouldn't know what's mine. And comedy is very fickle. It's not like you can steal a recipe or a sample of music. Comedy is very like taking ownership. Like how did you get into it? And like, how do you like maintain like that originality thing? Because that's the thing for me that would be you've gone on your life so far. Like, was that my joke? Did I hear that on something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. So I got into comedy. I was the funny guy at work.
Okay.
And in the late 90s, I had one of the first web development companies. And one of the people that we did a website for was Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle.
Okay.
So we did their early website. And on their website, it was like, oh, you can take comedy classes. All right. So footnote.
Right.
And, put a pin in that for a second. And then, I'm working at a company like Quest Communications and like, I'm just the guy who would say things that are funny and I could get away with things that other people maybe couldn't have gotten away with just because I don't. And so everyone's like, oh, you should do stand up. And I'm like, oh, well, they got this class. And my problem was I had a fear of just walking into an open mic and walking on stage. To me, I couldn't wrap my head around. But if you go and you can sign up, and I encourage you to do this, is they do it all the time. They have beginning and then advanced classes. You pay whatever, and you go for like, 6 weeks straight, like on a Saturday or something. And you write material. You write 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes of material. And then you practice it in front of this group and other comedians that'll come in. And then you do a show. And your friends come and watch the show.
Does that work? Like, it took me an hour to write. I thought it'd take me an hour to deliver.
Well, an hour you can come up with maybe 30 seconds sometimes,
right.
But like,
See, I was always good. Like, if you ever saw like Ari Shaffir, This Is Not Happening, that's my favorite thing to watch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do.
And it's stand-up comics telling stories, and 80% of them are that one time they shit their pants in junior high or something. But like, it's all storytelling. So for me, like, that's I don't want to say my superpower, but I'm better at doing storytelling than I am doing Rodney one-liners.
Well, yeah, you can do anything that
right.
works for you. It's to your other point though, is if anyone comes up to me and says, "Oh, I have a joke," I'm like, I don't want to hear your joke.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching comedy on TV for that reason, because you don't know what's bouncing in your head, and you can not necessarily steal a joke, but you can steal something close. You know what I mean? And so
it's tough to write an original joke after these days. You think about 40 years, 50 years of recorded comedy, like at our disposal, thousands of comics.
It was I was doing comedy for a long time, and I was working in Ann Arbor, the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. And I was working with this comedian, Mary Ellen Hooper. Yeah, Mary Ellen Hooper. And so she was like one of these people that I had seen on TV. So I thought she was really awesome. And she took a liking to me. And she's like, Jeff, you got very specific, you're the frustrated father. But then you got all these observational things that you're doing. Right. And the problem with observational jokes, I used to have a joke about the sign, $7,500 killer injure a worker, $7,500.
Oh yeah.
So I used to have a joke about
get away
that.
cheap. Yeah.
So, but the problem with it when you have a joke about that sign is that sign just exists, right? So the person that goes in front of you might also have a joke on that sign,
right?
And the audience doesn't need to hear two jokes about that sign,
sure.
No matter how original mine is over theirs, it's still a joke. It can't be that different. You know what I mean? Like, and once that premise is burned. So she's like, just focus on like things that are close to you, your family, and things that happen to you, or you warp them a bit, And so that's what I started to do, and I sort of just adopted that, and that's a way to keep away from like the generic topics about flying on an airplane.
Yeah.
And
well, that's why like crowd work to me is like way next level, because you're grabbing and asking questions, and it could be not funny, and to like I don't know if you heard me. I was watching his name's Big J. I forget his last name, Oakenson or Oakenford, and crowd work is impeccable. And he it's a little canned, you know what I mean? He's got the canned lines for it, because I watched like 2 or 3 of them. God, is it good? Like, it's absolutely like Andrew Schultz. Well, God, that's good. To me, that's the next level. Like, it's one thing to be George Carlin and write like legendary jokes. It's another thing where you can like situationally just pull it out of a hat.
It was always my kind of favorite thing to do. And through over the years, I got better at it, because you have to trust yourself just to react on instinct,
right?
And not hold yourself back or think, and so a lot of times though, like some of the jokes where I would talk to the audience, it was 90% scripted, meaning like I knew what I was going to always say.
Right.
And then I would react slightly different depending on what they would say, but I knew it would always get me to this one thing. And so you can kind of fake it where it looks like you're being really in the moment and spontaneous with the audience. Right. And the audience loves that. I was doing a show once. I can't say the joke because it was kind of bad. Looking back, it was horrible. What did I say? But there was the person who went before me, packed house, and it was the person that goes before me was just doing something really crazy on stage. And I walked out and I made a comment about it. And when I tell you, Bob, it was the loudest laugh I've ever received in my life. I can still picture, and it was probably over a decade ago. And as they're laughing, and I can just, the room is just like booming. All I'm thinking to myself is, oh my God, I just fucked myself. I have nothing funnier than what I just said.
If that's your opener, yeah.
I mean, because I tapped into the room like immediately, but then I was like, I'm done. There's nothing I can say.
Then you have to figure out how to, like, how good comics always bring it back at the end.
Yeah. I mean,
how to segue it in the end.
I just remember that. It was just like, oh my God, but those are the moments that, like, when people walk away, like when you can get really good at that and just reacting in the moment, because then the audience knows, oh, I saw something special happen just now. And that's what they'll remember. Like,
no, it's, are you performing now? Like, where can they find you?
I haven't been doing comedy as much after COVID. I kind of stepped back a little bit. And then when they were coming back, I was like, COVID's not over yet. I remember there was that moment where everyone thought it was over, and then it came back a month later.
2 weeks after 2 weeks was over.
Yeah. So I kind of missed a year because they had booked everyone, and I was like, and then somehow there was just like 500 more comedians, and so I was just like, I ended up focusing so much time on my podcast,
right?
That I was like, you know what, this is. I'll just focus on this.
What's the podcast? We can plug it.
It's called Classic Conversations with Jeff Dwoskin. I say with Jeff Dwoskin because for some reason, like, it's called Classic Conversations because I talk to people who were really famous when they were famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like the crew of the Love Boat and Happy Days and stuff like that. But if you
like Ted Stryker,
like Ted Stryker, right. But if you go to Apple or anything, you type in Classic Conversations. It says, did you mean classical conversations? I'm like, no, I didn't. That is a completely different word.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. It's like, why would you, like, as if classic isn't a word, right? It's not like a made up word. Anyway, but yeah, so I just crossed 5 years with that.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I think I don't know if it's my claim to fame. I finally went back to it after it's been like 5-6 years. Who are these podcasts? I don't know if you know what that is. Like they basically shit on podcasts, and it could be anything. We were like episode 100 or 105, and they just shit all over our worst meatball sandwich, the airport episode. And in the beginning, I go, do I fire back? Do I throw shade? Do I say thank you? And I just let it go. And I look. my daughter wanted to hear it, so I played it because I was talking about it. And they're like, as they're shitting on me, the other guy's like, well, I make that same joke. Well, yeah, and you know, they were ripping on our references, like, how old are these freaking guys? Like, they're making like one, like I think Mark Pants referenced Maud or something. You know, and we're laughing.
Well, part of you had to be like, oh my God, they listened to the show.
Well, we knew who submitted it, and I think it was because here's the thing: the premise was like reading 1-star Yelp reviews at places you like, you know, but we would walk in cold. Like we didn't walk in; we just walked in and said, "Oh, we're gonna do the sushi place upstairs," and just looked for the 1-stars and read them. And we didn't edit anything, and we would be 6-7 beers in, and so like it was a produced nightmare, but we had a blast doing it. You know what I mean? Because I think if we would have went in there and like actually curated and read and made look for the funny stuff and had lines, but it was all just natural, which I liked. I thought that was better, but apparently these guys didn't. So they're like, premise is great, execution's like garbage. I'm like, yeah, because we were drunk.
Well, I just got a bad review comment on YouTube, and the person's like, this host just keeps making snarky comments and interrupting the guest. And I'm thinking to myself, I never interrupted. Like, I'm like, this doesn't sound like me. This is like the opposite of me. Well, because like people are always like, oh, you really let them talk. I'm like, yeah, because I do it over Zoom, and I know in most cases if I talk, I'll screw up the audio.
Right.
So that became a really good listener. You know what I mean? And so I went and I looked at the transcript, and I'm like, oh, I am talking much more in this one than I normally do. But then I realized I looked back, and it's probably because the guest stopped talking. And then when I edited it, I probably tightened it up so there wasn't like huge awkward gaps, right? And it sounds like I'm interrupting.
See, I know, like at least with this show and like Brian Schneebs, like we start getting on our little tangents and we get in our rants and like we like take over, and it's supposed to be about you, and we ended up, oh my God, we tell this story or something that I got angry about. I get, you know, whatever. There's no rules to this. That's the one thing everybody thought, like, oh, there's no, you know, whatever works.
Okay, whatever works. Hey, yeah.
But we'll make sure and plug your podcast and your and all the other good stuff in the show notes. But Jeff, appreciate you coming out. We could sit and talk airplane lines for like 3 years. I think we got some commonality with the. No one else will know.
Surely you're not serious.
Oh, I did that with who's the is that the guy? Oh, that kid that was doing those YouTube videos. I was following the comments, going, yes, this or something like yes, they or something about the daycare, and don't call him Shirley. And like no one knew, like not like 2 likes, like not. Like, you didn't get my reference. You didn't get my airplane, my 50-year-old movie reference. But anyway, Jeff, appreciate you coming out. Look forward to keeping in touch. And yeah, you got to tell me about that stand-up class. I might bite the bullet on that one.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
But we're going to wrap things up for this episode of the IT and the D Show on behalf of Bob and Randy. Do us all a favor. Drink up your drinks. Get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.